Hi there, this is Dr. Matthew Buckley, and I am here doing my fourth in a series of interviews with practitioners that I'm bringing into the Revive Clinic, sponsored by Divine Biome at Anarchapulco this year. And my guest today is Dr. Alex Gilmore. Dr. Gilmore is a doctor of chiropractic. He's a kinesiologist, and he was instrumental in me becoming the kind of practitioner that I am today. And I'm really grateful to have met Alex. I mean, truly, he's been one of the more influential people in my life. So I'm glad that he's here, and I'm glad that he's going to be sharing some of his knowledge with the community. And Alex, you want to just step on in and introduce yourself and tell the community how you got into healing or what it is that you're doing as a practitioner?
First, I want to say thanks for inviting me out. It's been a mission of mine to help people as deeply and in the most powerfully way I can. My mom named me Alexander, helper of man, and that's kind of what I feel like I'm here on the planet to do, is help people live a more abundant life. And as a doctor of chiropractic, I've always kind of wanted to do healing in my life, but I didn't know what kind of doctor I wanted to be. And so the effort, though, to do the best I could without drugs and surgery, because my mom found that was not an answer, I wanted to go ahead and get to a deeper level with people and be a doctor of cause. That's why I see a DC as a doctor of cause. And rather than trying to screw around symptoms, rather than trying to cover up things, to the deepest cause level to really help people enhance their body's performance and their potential for life. And so that's what I'm hoping to bring, some things that are going to bring that greater abundance, greater potential for performance and for health and healing, especially.
That's great. So, Alex, you're being a chiropractor and a kinesiologist. We kind of work on a lot of different things, and we have a lot of tools in the bag of tricks to help people out with dysfunction that is occurring at, from a conventional standpoint at a subclinical level. Being a kinesiologist, I've got a number of practitioners that are coming on in doing kinesiology. Could you share with the community what kinesiology is to you and how you use it as a tool to help people?
That is a big, broad question, but there's so many flavors as we try to apply this method of biofeedback that we call kinesiology. And there's a potential practitioner bias in there, and there's lots of things. It's definitely an art as we seek to apply that. But there's, in my experience, a certain communication that happens with the physical body of someone else, and almost as if you're communicating with the innate intelligence within them that can tell you and tell them also and show them what things are going to be beneficial for them to help them and aid them in their healing or in their path, and what things are going to be detrimental. And to sort those things out with kinesiology has been just an amazing diagnostic tool, along with other tools that we can integrate, conventionally to make a full picture as we assess someone's health.
Right. So you were talking about doing a workshop, and you were talking about teaching people how to use kinesiology in conjunction with lasers. Can you talk a little bit about what that might look like?
I'd love to. One of my passions in chiropractic has been my own performance, so my own body, right? And I want to live in the most vibrant being that I can be. I want to be a most vibrant being. I want to help other people be vibrant beings. And at a cause level, one of those things is cellular energy. And through my experience and practice with lasers, I've seen that they can really enhance cellular energy for people. Now, my first laser I purchased when I first started practice within a year or two, I want to say it was $12,000, right? So come a few years later, another laser I bought, $3,000. And then just a few years ago, I was introduced to a technology with a wristwatch laser, and it was $350. And now that same laser, I'm able to sell patients for $98. So in my mind, this is a powerful tool to help every family and every individual to enhance their health, because it does work at a fundamental light level to give cellular energy and healing potential for people's bodies. Now, my intention is to take that tool and help people apply it in the most effective manner. The basic wristwatch laser has a great power in that it is designed to be worn on the inside of your wrist, on your radial artery, thumb side, primarily to laser and energize the blood. And as it does that, the light energy is absorbed by the red blood cells, by the serous fluid and other fluids that are in there potentially as well. And it's taken to the whole body. And as it affects the blood directly, it also lowers the viscosity of the blood, which aids in circulation, blood pressure issues, even helping heal diabetes is one of the main things that's advertised for. But when you increase cellular energy, you really affect the potential for every part of the body to regenerate and heal at a better level. So that's why one experiment shows, and I'm going to talk more about the detail of this, they burned a rat on 2 arms, right? They burned both sides of his arm, and they lasered just one side. Well, it healed 4 times faster than a rat who wasn't lasered. Okay, well, that's nice enough, but the opposite arm that wasn't even lasered healed twice as fast. So we know there's this tertiary effect that's happening with laser technology. And personally, I've seen it make me jump higher. Now, one of my passions is basketball, and I can't hide that. I'm 6'6", and I didn't get to play in high school. I didn't get to play in college. I still had this itch I wanted to scratch as I grew up. And I was 32 when I found out about another potential category of healing I want to talk about potentially a little bit that can help people. And that's your genetics, biological pathways, biochemical pathways associated with things like nitric oxide, maximizing your performance with hormones, with neurotransmitter balance. All the minerals and chemistries of the body are super important. And that's another area that I might spend some time with the genetics and biochemistry part. But as I applied this laser to the nitric oxide pathways, I learned about this nitric oxide pathway. I found out I have the potential to be 15 years old again on the inside. It's not just the laser that does that, but also the nutrients and the biochemistry, the vitamins and minerals along with that, and unblocking my particular genetic weaknesses, individualizing that nutrition to my specific biochemistry and DNA with the aid of kinesiology applied to those biochemical pathways. We're able to, I think, finally, it's kind of like the holy grail I've been kind of looking for ever since I started practice. So I've always known everybody's individual, and their DNA was different, and some people need this nutrient, some people don't, some people need this one. But just to figure out in a biochemical priority way how to unlock that body's potential is starting to be more and more unveiled through the genetics, through the right nutrition. So then I apply that laser to that also, and wow, I found out I'd be basically 15 years old on the inside, almost for the rest of my life. The guy's 72, his arteries were better than mine. So I was like, well, if I could do that, what would I do if I was 15 again? Oh yeah, I'd train for basketball. So I did do that. I've tried out for the NBA 5 times since I was 32. And I, hit my head almost on the rim. I'm at age 37, so I'm still kind of have a goal to get my head all the way up there. I got my elbow on the rim. That was pretty fun, but I'm still enjoying a high level of performance that way. I'm 43 now. I'm not sure I'm going to get my head on the rim, but I'm still hopeful. It's still kind of incrementally growing. And I just think that enhanced performance for everybody else, their organ functions, their muscle functions, their brain functions. I mean, that's a huge part of it is the brain. And laser in the brain transcranially is part of the protocol. We're going to laser brain, spine, and organ is a general way we say it. And we're going to be able to find out with muscle testing, kinesiology, what areas of their brain need the most attention, what areas of the organs in the body need the most attention, and what acupuncture points need attention that will be most effective for the individual for their healing.
Now, are you finding that the wristwatch laser is just as effective as the $12,000 laser that you were using?
That is a great question. I'm glad you asked it. And the answer to that is emphatically yes. I hate to say it at some level because I know these guys spend tons of money on marketing, tons of money on all these other processes. But just because of the ease of use of a wristwatch laser, I mean, I can put the wristwatch laser on, I can walk around, I can do other things. I mean, it's such an easy application. And I'm telling you, I could be sleepy, like, oh, I'm going to fall asleep right now, I'm a little tired. I can put that wristwatch laser on. 5-10 minutes later, I'm bright, I'm sharp, my brain fog is completely clear, and I'm at it, I found out this latest laser, I can't even put it on at night almost. Really? Because it is just that enhancing of my energy.
You're going to have to share that.
I mean, if it's not exact, it's awful.
You're going to have a workshop there. You're also going to be working on clients. You want to talk a little bit about what a session with you would look like?
Well, primarily history is a big part of any diagnosis. So a little bit of history on the patient, of course, to determine what their goals are, where they're stuck in their healing potential, and then to apply some of these technologies and tools maybe I can put in their hands as well. I'm glad to take individual sessions on how to use the laser, how to apply it for somebody, but also then to look at them in a full body kinesiological fashion. We can assess organ function, emotional function, as it relates to those meridians that are flowing through the body, acupuncture wise, and be able to balance those. I do manual adjustments chiropractic wise, because the structural alignment is very powerful, and I find that sometimes to get something unstuck is very useful. And to line things up, can be powerful, basic chiropractic. And we add that in maybe with some biochemistry, if that's called for, and just asking the body kind of its priority, and along with the patient and their history and their desires, we can really kind of get to a cause level of issue and hopefully bring a good response for each person that I get to interact with.
Okay. If anybody wants to find more information about you, Alex, where should they go?
Well, they can certainly visit my website. It has a little bit of a story of my background on gilmoredc.com. They may want to make a personal call. I'm open to that. And those are probably some of the best places to look. I'm on Facebook. I don't have a huge presence, but, as far as online that way, people can learn some things about me, see a picture of my family. I have 6 children, a full life. So I think that's the best I can offer right there.
Yeah.